Welcome to the podcast for and about Colorado Springs. I'm your host, Brittany Felix, and every Monday through Friday I'll be talking about a different aspect relating to the Springs, including upcoming events, restaurant reviews, local business spotlights, media coverage about the Springs, public works projects, local activities, answering your questions about the city, and much, much more. Be sure to subscribe to this podcast so you don't miss any of the updates. And also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can find links to all of those social media accounts at springspodcast.com/social media. The Colorado Springs podcast is proudly sponsored by Elevation Hydration. Elevation Hydration is the only hydration therapy clinic serving Colorado Springs, and they are dedicated to helping you elevate your life. They use intravenous vitamin therapy to help athletes needing a boost of energy or help recovering after a tough competition, people experiencing cold-like symptoms or dehydration from the flu, anyone needing to recover quickly from a rough night out. I'm looking at you, college kids. And just anyone wanting a healthy alternative to preventative care. They have a wide variety of hydration packages to help address whatever your needs are. They're conveniently located inside Lush Beauty Lounge at 812 Village Center Drive, and if you mention this podcast during your visit, you'll receive $10 off any hydration package. To learn more about Elevation Hydration or to schedule an appointment, visit springspodcast.com/hydrate. Welcome to episode 42 of the Colorado Springs podcast. I have a super quick episode for you today. I just want to make sure that you're aware of the ways that you can get information about the city, specifically regarding, crime and what's going on with the police. Because it's so easy for us to kind of stay in our own little bubble and not really realize what all is happening around our city. So we need to make sure we stay on top of these issues and concerns. There have been a string of robberies here lately. We just need to make sure that we stay informed so that we can stay safe. And so obviously there is the Colorado Springs Police Department's main website. Of course, that's somewhere you can go to get information from, at any time. However, if you want to get up-to-date information, there are 3 places that you can look. And one is actually the police blotter, which is kind of interesting because if you don't want to sit at your desk or at least next to a police scanner all the time to know what's happening, you can turn to this instead, and it's basically those calls in written form. So it gives you a record ID, the incident date, the time, and most importantly, the summary of what has happened. And so right now, today, we actually had the situation of the 13-year-old boy going missing. And so they, of course, had that report on their blotter. They also provided the update. So it is a way to stay up to date on the things that are happening. And another item that they brought up from yesterday that's on here, it tells you that at Derby Drive and Laurel Wreath Drive at 7:59 a.m., of course they use military time, the Colorado Springs Police Department received a call for a motor vehicle theft in progress. The description of the vehicle was put out to officers citywide in an attempt to locate it. Soon after that, the vehicle was located by officers in the Gold Hill Division. An attempt to stop the vehicle was made, resulting in the suspect failing to stop and eluding officers at a high rate of speed. The suspect was later seen at several different locations in both the Gold Hill and Sand Creek divisions. A second pursuit occurred in the Sand Creek division, which was terminated due to the suspect's dangerous driving behavior. Officers then set up a surveillance in the area where stolen cars are known to be left. The stolen vehicle soon arrived, with the suspect parking and locking the vehicle. The suspect began to walk away as officers moved in to arrest him, and a foot chase began. Other officers who had positioned themselves throughout the area closed in and took the juvenile suspect into custody without further incident. All officers involved did a great job communicating and coordinating as a team, which resulted in the arrest of a suspect, the recovery of 2 stolen vehicles, and possible leads to more. So those are the types of things that are included in this blotter. It gives you a breakdown of what is happening. So if you want to stay up to date without being glued to a scanner, you can check out this blotter periodically throughout the day or maybe a couple times a week. And I did mention there were 3 resources, so that's the first one. And the second 2 are actually social media accounts. The first one is, of course, the Colorado Springs Police Department's Facebook account. And they did actually just post an hour ago about an arrest made in a home invasion robbery. And again, it provides all the details and the specifics of that incident. And if Twitter is more your thing, they do, of course, have a Twitter account as well. Their handle on Twitter is at CSPDPIO. And again, they do post routinely throughout the day with updates of exactly what's happening around the city. I will have links to all 3 of these resources in the show notes on my website, and you can find those at springspodcast.com/042. And of course, those are the actual numbers. So again, if you want to stay informed about incidents happening around the city, especially from a legality or safety standpoint, be sure to check these 3 resources and you will know exactly what's happening and where. Like I said, super quick episode today. I just wanted to make sure that you knew about these 3 different ways to get information from the police department. And that is going to wrap things up. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you back here tomorrow for yet another episode of the Colorado Springs Podcast.